Welcome, secretive, seductive Scorpios. Welcome back. It has been a while. First, I want to congratulate you. You guys are number 2 this month, so you will be getting a bonus reading later in September. Just a reminder that after I finish the other 11, since you guys are number 2, videos, once they are up, then you will vote for what kind of bonus reading you want in my IG stories. So do keep an eye out for that. A couple announcements, Scorpio. One, thank you so much for your support. Obviously, you guys are consistently either number 1 or number 2 almost every single month. So I really appreciate that. You know, all of the likes, all of the comments, you know, every single subscriber, all the views on my reels and all these things really mean so much to me in order for this page and if you're watching on YouTube, my YouTube, and really my business to continue to flourish. So I really couldn't do this without you, and I love you so much and appreciate you guys or y'all. Another announcement is that my books are finally reopen. So as you probably noticed, I didn't do the monthly readings for August, but I did do the an August reading called An Urgent Message from Source. It is on my website. If you're an Eagle or Phoenix member, you have access to that. And yeah, so if you haven't seen that, please do check that out. And so I go through a collective message and then do each individual one. And that's what I did for August, because I did need to take some time off from doing some of my more free services or, yeah, different things, and slow down a bit. 1, to catch up on some private readings, and 2, to have some rest and relaxation, which since starting this business, I really haven't taken time for myself in over 2 years. So it was definitely overdue. You know, as you may have seen in the video that I posted on Instagram, I don't really consider this work. I consider it my soul's mission, but I do need to remind myself that it is still work. It takes energy, and I do need to take a break from it every once in a while. So, you know, maybe my next break will be another 2 years from now. We'll see. But I do plan to be back doing the monthlies and so on. So, if you are a supporter of that monthly subscription, whether it's the Scorpion, Eagle, or Phoenix, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And regardless, if you're here watching this, I love you and thank you. So anyway, Scorpio, let's see. Was there another announcement? I should have written a list. But yeah, so yeah, my books are reopened after being closed for almost 2 months. So, if you are interested in working with me, now I remember. Now would be the time, because between now, I'll probably be posting this on September 4th. So September 4th and September 5th, my prices are what they are right now. It's what they've been for the past like year or so. But come September 6th, I will be increasing my prices. So if you're interested, now would be the time to book with me to get the most economical service or pricing. All right, let's hop into, oh, the other thing, Scorpio, sorry, there is a list. Instagram finally no longer caps videos at 15 minutes. So if you're like, oh my God, long intro, Sachi, come on. Do not worry about that. We are not constrained to 15 minutes anymore, which is so nice, because a lot of the times I do feel a little bit rushed, just because, you know, if I go over that 15 minutes, I have to cut it off in order to post it to the Instagram community. So I'm glad I no longer have to do that, and I am going to try to keep it between 15 and 20 minutes, and as you know, the extendeds are usually 20 to 30 minutes, sometimes 40 if they go super deep, but yeah, so I really appreciate all of the support. There's like a little gnat, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's like, just like, so anyway, yeah, lots of bugging. All right, anyway, Scorpio, let's hop into it, shall we? We are doing some shamanic shifting. That's what the collective voted for technically August reading, which is now September's reading. So what we do is look into what your current energy is, what your manifestation goal is, and look at how we can take your current energy and transmute it into your manifestation goal. All right, so this is what came out in the cleansing ceremony, Scorpio. We have Justice, Page of Wands in reverse, Hermit in reverse, Moon in reverse, King of Cups, Ace of Cups, and Queen of Cups. So as you can see, I'm definitely happy that we don't have that time constraint because I already know it's going to be over 15. All right, so we have the Justice energy. So justice is being served in your life. There is this energy of the energy that you put in is the energy that you are receiving. A lot of karmic balance that is finally coming into play. And I feel like you are on the winning end of this, basically. Energy that you put out into the universe is coming back and giving you karmic justice in some sort of way. This is also Libran energy. So many of you may be also transitioning from Scorpio to Libra energy. And, you know, Libra in general, right? We all have Libra in our chart in one way or another, but Libra represents balancing masculine and or yin and yang energy, divine feminine, divine masculine energy in a one-on-one relationship and making sure that the scales, you know, the scales aren't meant to always be like this, right? They're meant to be constantly adjusting, but it is a good give and take. And I feel like you're finally getting in that swing of things. I don't mean to say finally, but I feel like it's been a long time coming of like, you know, maybe this adjustment has been going on for a while, but it's not super out of whack. It's just kind of, you know, like this, you know, a good give and take. And you've been kind of waiting for this peaceful balancing energy for quite some time. With the Page of Wands coming out in reverse, it tells me that you're no longer wanting to be childish with your creative energy. You're being more devoted of like, okay, you know, I want to create X, Y, Z, and being very committed to that rather than sort of, I'm hearing like bouncing from one thing to the other. That can also be relationship energy as well. With the Hermit in reverse and the Moon in reverse, it's telling me you no longer want to be in hermit mode. You don't want to be alone. You don't want to be in the dark. And you don't want to be, you know, stuck in the hidden area, stuck in the subconscious, again, stuck in the shadow. Hermit and Moon are very similar in their vibes in a lot of ways because a lot of it can be isolation, secrets, you know, hidden things, you know, and again, in the dark, doing shadow work. So it looks like you're like, all right, I'm done with that, really. Ugh, and there's that bug again. Hopefully it's not interrupting the zooming. But we have the King of Cups, Ace of Cups, and Queen of Cups. So this is beautiful. This is telling me, you know, these are counterparts, King of Cups, Queen of Cups. So it is telling me that your emotional energy is focused on love, filling your own cup with self-love, having your cup overflow with love in general, and sharing that love between someone, again, that I'm feeling that you want to be really committed to, or an emotional commitment in some way. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, although I am definitely feeling that way. You know, King of Cups, definitely divine, masculine, or yang energy that is very grounded in the emotionality. And the Queen of Cups, you know, the King of Cups learns how to emotionally express. That's the quote-unquote masculine's job when it comes to emotionality, is learning how to express one's emotions so much that they could, you know, write a bunch of books about it, right? The feminine, on the other hand, is learning how to reserve one's emotions, to not be overtaken with emotion so much that it keeps them in a deep, dark place or keeps them scattered or uncontrollable. So much so that no matter what you're going through, you could throw a tea party and maintain your emotional composure. So I definitely feel like your feminine and masculine energy is definitely, you know, going through a huge upgrade when it comes to water. And again, a lot of you, I'm feeling a lot of Libran energy of sort of just staying on the surface of the water and really feeling the love of the shore. So we had double dragon energy come out. Double dragon for me is twin flame energy. So some of you may be on your twin flame journey. This is also, I always take as like Rahu and Ketu, which is the dragon head and the dragon tail in your natal chart, also known as North Node and South Node. So this is telling me, since it's upright, that you are facing your true north, that you're facing your North Node, and therefore manifesting your highest vibrational timeline. You are expanding your soul's consciousness, following and fulfilling your soul's mission and devoting yourself to that. So really great energy. We have Machoke using beatdown. So we do see that there is some fighting energy here. With beatdown, it looks like you are trying to, you know, beat that down. It is in the sacral chakra. So this is where you emotionally and sensually connect to others. And also where Kundalini goes from creative potential into creation. And then we have Joltik using flop. So it feels like you're doing a lot of sacral, like a lot of energy is going in and out through the sacral that's causing your solar plexus to flop a little bit. And that can be, you know, like not having a healthy ego or not having this really healthy sense of self in some sort of way. And it can be because of, you know, tick energy is very parasitic. So this can be someone that you're connected to that could be parasitic or sort of draining your energy. Or it could be someone that you are emotionally or sensually connected to that really doesn't have their sense of self or a healthy ego for them. So anyway, that's what came out in the cleansing ceremony. Yeah, we're already at 10 minutes, so I'm definitely glad we no longer have this time constraint, Scorpio. Again, what we are going to do is look into some shamanic shifting. We're going to take a look at your current energy, then we will look at your manifestation goal, and then we'll look how to take your current energy and transmute it into whatever your manifestation goal is. Let me drink some water here. All right, Scorpio, let's see what is your current energy. 10 of Wands, 3 of Swords, Page of Pentacles in reverse. So definitely a lot of burdens that you've been carrying for quite a long time, but you know that you're kind of in the home stretch, that, you know, soon it is going to be over. 10 in general indicates a cycle with you and somebody else that is being completed. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with how much weight was on your shoulders in regards to this. It just feels like a very cumbersome and burdensome energy that you've had in relation to your kundalini, you know, what you are creating. With the 3 of Swords in reverse, it's telling me that you are really, you know, not interested in heartbreak. It feels like you're avoiding heartbreak. And with the Page of Pentacles here coming out in reverse, it seems like you're no longer interested. I'm hearing like, I'm no longer interested in a boy. I want a man. So for some of you, it may be like, I'm no longer interested in girls. I want a woman, or something like that. Or no longer interested in a child. I want an adult. And of course, I mean that metaphorically, right? Hopefully. So, you know, there is this energy of, you know, not wanting to connect to people who are just functioning off their inner child, who are just, you know, basically a child in an adult's body who, you know, you have to take care of or whatever. And again, I feel like this change, you know, it's not breaking your heart, but you have carried this heavy burden. It definitely feels like, it kind of feels like you're going through a puberty. It feels very strange. That's how I want to describe it. Some growing pains here. Let's see, what's the light energy? We have Bunnery using bounce. Yeah, you are ready to bounce out of a situation. For sure. And it feels like things that are very burdensome. It's like, you know, you're about to get to the finish line where you can sort of release this load. And then from there, you're like, I'm never doing that again. It says, its ears are always rolled up. They can be forcefully extended to shatter even a large boulder. So it's talking about its ears being rolled up, which again, I feel like there's this aspect of like, sorry, this bug is like really annoying me. Yeah, so again, I feel like there's a lot of annoying energy that you're dealing with right now. Like, things keep bugging you. So it's talking about its ears always being rolled up. So again, it's this aspect of, you know, either someone not listening to you or you not wanting to listen to someone else. There's definitely a gap in communication because this is a normal type. So it's like bouncing out of, you know, an issue that did not go well in terms of communication. It's talking about, you know, shattering even large boulders, which you know, it's like, you know that there's this blockage right now, but you're going to be able to shatter it. It's like turning a boulder into just little pebbles. And you know that you're able to do that. We have Mudbray using Stampede. So this is fighting type energy. So it seems like there is a lot of fighting and it's just sort of stampeding, which is a very overwhelming type energy. And look at Mudbray here, right? There's a lot of Pokeballs. It's like someone's trying to catch this donkey, but it's sort of evading it. And I feel like that's how the communication was. It's like, no, they're just not getting it. Either that or, you know, they feel like you're just not getting it. And therefore, you know, okay, it's time to bounce out of this and be done with it. It says, Loads weighing up to 50 times as much of its own body weight pose no issue for this Pokemon. It's skilled at making use of mud. Yeah, again, it's talking about loads weighing up to 50 times its body weight. Again, I was feeling a very heavy burden. And it feels like you are, you know, again, carrying this type of burden, it feels, you know, energy of like, I can handle it. You know, it's not an issue that I have this heavy burden to bear. But you're finally at that point of like, but I don't want to bear it. You know, I'm tired of feeling this heavy energy and I'm just I'm ready to get rid of it. It's talking about making, you know, it's skilled at making use of mud. So again, I feel like it's kind of like turning the boulder into pebbles. It's like, you know, whatever blockages are going to be, you know, just little pebbles. You know, even if you just have literal dirt to work with, you know that you can work with it. So I definitely feel this sort of positive attitude in general, even though you're being very realistic about the very heavy burdens that you're dealing with. Let's see what's the shadow here. Going right to the Three of Swords in reverse. We have Drapion using Dangerous Stinger. Yeah, I was feeling this energy, like Three of Swords in reverse, you know, is the Heartbreak card in reverse. And when that came out, I heard like, I'm not letting this break me. And so, you know, it's a very, you know, being tough sort of scorpionic energy. And we do see, you know, it's the scorpion of the Scorpio, right? And as you know, there's 7 emanations of being a Scorpio. If you don't know, well, now you know. If you know, read my article all about Ophiuchus, if you're a member of the community, if you're a Scorpion, Eagle, or Phoenix member, and, you know, it will tell you all about the different emanations. And so Scorpion energy with Dangerous Stinger represents, you know, the poison that scorpionic energy has. And, you know, when a scorpion is cornered out in the wild, you've probably heard me say this so many times, that, you know, if a predator gets it cornered, it will sting itself so that the predator doesn't have the satisfaction of, you know, of killing it, as well as now the predator can't eat it because the body's filled with poison. So I definitely feel like you went through another scorpionic, you know, stage of some sort of self-sabotage, some sort of poison. Either you poisoned someone's emotional body or you poisoned your own emotional body as a means of self-destruction in order to get away from the situation. Like scorpionic energy is basically like, you know, I'll spare you by going through a death and rebirth myself. That way, you know, that person that you've hurt or that person that you've dealt with doesn't even exist anymore. I'm a completely new, transformed, you know, rebirthed entity now. I don't even know you. You can't hurt me. So I feel like that's the way that you avoided this heartbreak, is through this DATH and rebirth. Sorry, I know it's like a trigger word here, so I want to make sure I limit my language. What a time to be alive, Scorpio. It says, it has the power in its clawed arms to make scrap of a car. The tips of its claws release poison. Yeah, so again, this is talking about your power. It's like, you know that you could scrap a car, right? It's like, you know that you could take these things and, you know, scrap them, basically. Like nothing, not even metal can get in your way. Not a boulder, not a metal. If there's mud, you can make use of it. So there's a very real practical energy here, but it does look like you did go through another, you know, poisonous thing of the past. You know, like you definitely went through some sort of poisonous energy again. All right, let's see what's your manifestation goal here. Honestly, I feel like it's that Ace of Cups with the King and Queen of Cups. Like you are just ready for, you know, that type of love, right? And peace and things like that. We have the Four of Cups with the Seven of Swords in reverse. So this is a very interesting energy. I've never really felt this before, Scorpio. It's kind of like, it's kind of, you want to run away from all things that have disappointed you in a way. Again, you're very realistic. You're not, you know, ignoring the burden, right? And you basically want to get away from any sort of, again, predator energy. Look at how the wolf is eating that lamb. you're like, all right, I'm out of here. Like, I don't even want to be in a situation where a predator is going to be around, or that, you know, the wolf comes out of me, right? And wolf spirit is also an emanation of Scorpio as well. So we have 2 emanations coming up. So I feel like you're ready to step into wolf spirit in general, but not the lone wolf, which wolf is the 5th emanation. And, you know, first you start, so between Scorpion and wolf, there's quite a couple, you know, emanations to go through. There's lizard spirit, snake spirit. Yeah. Lizard and snake, 3 and 4, and then 5. Yeah. So, and then you end up wolf spirit, which again starts as a lone wolf, but then you understand sort of the pack mentality of who is really worthy of, you know, being in your pack. Who would you hunt for, fight for, you know, again, it's that pack animal sort of mentality. And again, not feeling the need to sort of be a loner like the lower emanations are, the reptilian frequencies of the lizard and snake, and then of course scorpionic energy and spider spirit, which is the 1st emanation. So I'm definitely feeling this energy of, you know, getting into that wolf spirit, which again is that connection of sort of building that, you know, quote unquote soul family, people that you know, want to be around and that are sort of worthy of being around. Again, you're done with hermit mode. We saw that. With the moon in reverse, you're done with secrets. And again, it feels like sort of getting away from all the disappointing energy, whether that's like physically leaving or just sort of like being able to get out of those old emotions of disappointment. Because the 4 of Cups here, like, represents, here she is looking at these 3 cups that are either empty or full of things that she doesn't like. And she's looking at them, you know, sad and like, ugh, these are my cups. This is what I'm feeling. Not recognizing that the divine and angel is literally handing her a fresh cup of pure water, of pure love. But she's too focused on the negative to be open to receiving. So this is definitely closed off feminine energy. And so it feels like you're ready to get away from that, of always sort of looking on the negative side of things, of always looking at the cup sort of half empty, or using realism as like a form of disguised pessimism, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not a pessimist, I'm a realist. And my reality is that everything sucks, sort of thing, is the energy that I'm getting. Like, you're done with that. You are so done with that. All right, let's see what's the light energy here. Hoot Hoot using send back and wing attack. So I feel like part of it is, you know, Hoot Hoot is owl spirit, which represents wisdom. So it feels like you're ready to sort of have this wisdom. You have a lot of wisdom of negatives, of worst case scenarios, of self-preservation, of poison, of the deep dark depths that only Scorpio can reach, right? Maybe Pisces might be able to reach you there too. But, you know, you're done. Like, you learn the wisdom and you're like, all right, I'm out of here. Like, I don't want to be in that situation anymore, where there is this sort of predator-prey aspect of these lower emanations. And so you might even be going to eagle spirit, actually, which is, you know, bird. I mean, obviously this is owl, but very similar. And so Hoot Hoot using send back, it feels like you're trying to send back some energy. Wing attack represents like air energy that's very attacking. So it could be very attacking communication and just sort of sending it back to the person that is very, very attacking. Again, this fighting energy that was very stampeding, you're just going to send all that energy back instead of internalizing it, instead of trying to make sense of it, instead of trying to psychoanalyze it. It's just sending it back to them. And then, you know, it says it begins to hoot at the same time every day. Some trainers use them in place of clocks. So I feel like some of this might have to do with, you know, getting into a different routine. Some of you might be wanting to quit your job. It's talking about using it in place of clocks. So I definitely feel like you're trying to get out of a very disappointing routine, job, situation. Let's see what's the shadow here. Okay. Wanted to do quite the little dance. What do you know? Drapion is there again in the shadow. And who else? We have Golbat using bite. Woo! Scorpio. So we have Drapion using cross poison, which is telling me that it's like again, it's this, you're trying to send this back. So like cross poison, I always take as sort of cross pollinating, but instead of pollinating, it's poison. So I definitely feel like this energy of the way that they poisoned you and you poisoned them. Again, it's just sending all that energy back rather than allowing that to take place, because this is dark energy that is in the third eye. So I definitely feel like you're trying to send a lot of, you know, darkness that's in the mental space in the third eye back to the person, you know, that is stimulating it, to really clear your mental space. And again, to run away from all these things that are disappointing you and making you feel like, you know, looking on the negative side of things, so to speak. It says it takes pride in its strength. Well, what do you know? That seems to be quite the theme of the energy you're in. Even though it could tear foes apart, it finishes them off with a powerful poison. So it does seem like you are still trying to poison the foe in some sort of way. But again, it's the poison that they put in you. You're just sending that poison back. You're not actually, you know, using your stinger necessarily. And, you know, it's talking about even though you could tear foes apart, you're just sending it back to them. So instead of taking any sort of offensive energy, you're basically just putting a mirror between you and this person of like, whatever poison you're sending my way, I'm just sending right back to you. And with Golbat using Bite, this is again psychic type energy. And with Bite, I'm getting like, some of you might be like, oh, let's go out to eat and talk about this or something, but be very mindful. If you are going to do that, I would do it in a public place, you know, where there are going to be a lot of people. Maybe a mall is what's going on here. But Golbat is a vampiric Pokemon, which again, vampirism and reptilian frequencies go hand in hand when we're talking about like, you know, snake spirit and lizard spirit. So I'm definitely sort of still getting the lower emanation energy. If you hear Barkangel Gabriel, you know, he's barking, so that means the angels are like affirming. So I feel like you're still kind of stuck in this lower emanation, which is okay. But just be mindful. It feels like it's really time to, again, sort of like get out of this reptilian energy and get into wolf and above. You know, it feels like that's your ultimate goal, but your shadow is like, no, poison again, bite them, this, that. So just be aware of what your shadow's goal is right now. It says every once in a while, you'll see a Golbat that is missing some fangs. This happens when hunger drives it to try biting a steel type Pokemon. Yeah, so again, it's like, you know, you have this ability to tear foes apart, right? You know that you can, you know, take their energy and things like that. But if you do this again, you're going to lose your bite, basically. You're going to lose that ability. And, you know, you don't want to go bite a steel type. So it's really, again, about sending the energy back. You know, the light energy is like, send it back. Your shadow's like, destroy them, sort of thing. So I definitely feel this sort of juxtaposition of energy. And again, it feels like, you know, in the intermediate, the general energy is like, all right, I just need to get away from people and situations that even put me into this energy. You know, kind of plain and simple. All right, let's see what Mother Moon would like to say about this. We are going to head into the extended. Like I said, we're going to take a look into how we take your current energy and transmute it into your manifestation goal. We have a new start is coming, new moon. New moons are all about new energy, calling new energy towards us. A new start is coming. And again, it's like once you get rid of that burden, this new start is there for you. But part of it is getting rid of these situations, people, and things that are keeping you in that lower emanation of being a Scorpio, which you know you're meant to be an ascended eagle or an ascended phoenix. So, you know, again, a new start is coming. It definitely feels like a DEATH and rebirth energy. So, yeah, let's head into the extended and find out. If you'd like to follow me there, the link is in the description box below. If we part ways here, good luck with the situation. I'm sending you so much love.